that women
smart people around him.
brought.
How did he not have that answer ready?
I don't know.
Right.
We don't know. But I will say one thing that is kind of bubbling today, Brooke, which speaks to the potential inability of him to come back, and that is that he's making another mistake. His campaign is making another big one today, and that is there is a video that his campaign tweeted this morning that's got about 1 million views that didn't happen. It is a deceptively edited video. We can show part of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm the only one here that I think that's ever started a business. Is that fair? Okay.
Okay, that didn't happen. He said those words. There was maybe a quick second when nobody kind of answered him, and then he moved on saying, okay. And
even with the crickets.
Right. Well, right. And so his campaign is saying, come on, it was tongue in cheek. But in today's day and age, where we are so concerned about things that are doctored, deep fakes on the internet, number one. Number two, his whole argument was against Bernie Sanders was you're acting like Donald Trump. And I kind of half jokingly, I was talking to somebody in the Trump campaign who said, we would never do that. And if we did, we would get and rightly so, we'd get a whole lot of crap for it. And so, it makes it hard to, harder to take the arguments that he's making seriously when he does something like this.
What do you think of all of that?
It sort of reminded me of something that happened in his very first debate in 2001 against his Democratic opponent, Mark Green. Mark Green, the public advocate at the time, had pulled out a couple of quotes that were very unflattering and controversial at the time. And he asked Michael Bloomberg about this. Michael Bloomberg said, hey, come on, that was taken out of context. And Mark Green pressed him and said, did you say those words? And Michael Bloomberg, a novice debater, kind of like what we saw last night, said, well, yes, I said it, but not in that kind of way. And here we see him using his fortune, using his very well-staffed campaign to put out a video that, like you said, didn't exactly happen. And the problem is that it mirrors very closely what Trump campaign has done before. Remember the Nancy Pelosi video tearing up the speech at the State of the Union? They put out a version of it that made it seem like she was tearing up other remarks and moments during that speech. Now you can laugh it off and say, hey, this is tongue-in-cheek, this isn't meant to be a journalistic enterprise. But when it starts mirroring what the Trump campaign does, that gives some Democrats pause about who they're going to be rallying around as they head to November.
They're already punching back on why